I'm joined now by National Security Analyst Brigitte Gabriel. Also with us, National Security Council Chief of Staff Fred Fleitz. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us. Fred, let's talk about the timing of this strike just weeks after the devastating attack on Houthi leadership. What do the rapid actions of the Trump national security team suggest that they are attempting to really set? Could there be even a stronger message to other bad actors, such as Hamas?
Well, I think the message here is that Trump is very serious about ending the Houthi threat to ships in the Red Sea and in other sea areas and attacking Israel. The Biden administration was never serious. In one instance, it actually warned the Houthis before an attack, which allowed them to move their weapons out of a depot before it was bombed. And I think the strategy right here is that the Houthis are going to suffer devastating losses if they don't stop firing their missiles. And eventually the missiles will all be destroyed or they're going to run out of missiles. But I agree with you. I think Trump is also sending a message to other U.S. adversaries, especially Hamas and Iran.
Brigitte, speaking of Iran, their currency has now taken a massive dive amid these strikes and the Trump tariffs. What do you think, with their economy now, Iran's economy now being in such a weakened state, do you think they'll be maybe more amenable to engaging in talks now with President Trump regarding their nuclear program?
Iran has zero interest in engaging with the United States to negotiate its nuclear program. For Iran, its nuclear program is their symbol of power, and they are trying to establish hegemony throughout the Middle East, and that's exactly why they were funding terrorist groups. America knows, especially President Trump, that the funding was coming because of the oil sale that the Iranians were selling. It's the money that they were using when they were flushed with cash to fund these terror groups. This is why by the end of 2020, when President Trump in his first term in office, Iran was on its knees. It was on life support. It was on life support to the point where they cut the salaries of all the top Hezbollah leaders in Lebanon because Iran could no longer fund it. When President Trump went for the last 4 years, he was not in office, and now he is back. The first action he wanted to take is squeezing Iran again, using the sanctions to basically deprive them of the cash that is funding the Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, all the terror actors in the Middle East. And as of this morning, it's over 1 million rials to $1. The Iranian people are feeling it, and this strategy is going to work so well. This is exactly what is needed to bring Iran to its knees.
Hit them where it hurts, right? In the bank accounts. Fred, we're also seeing widespread protests in Europe against Elon Musk and Doge. Specifically, they're upset over the cuts the U.S. has made to foreign spending. You know, what do you think about this? Finally, you know, the United States is standing up for itself. We should take pride in the fact that we are forcing Europe to we can't be their personal ATM anymore. We're done.
That's right. But look, these European liberals that never liked Trump, they look for an opportunity, an excuse to protest against him. But, you know, these nationwide protests in the U.S. where they started, these aren't an organic, natural phenomenon. These are pushed by the Democratic Party, left-wing groups with billion-dollar donors. There's no mass movement in the United States against Trump and against Elon Musk. The Democrats are desperate. They're trying to manufacture outrage that's just not there. And some of these protests in the U.S. were pitiful. Some of the ones in Europe attracted hundreds of supporters. And I imagine these are people who just have nothing better to do than go out and protest against Donald Trump.
Yeah, we have to leave it right there. I saw them in my town yesterday, too. It's just unbelievable. You see this, like, giant white, right, woke mob, and they're hands off my Social Security. And how many times have they said they're not touching anyone's Social Security? Fred and Brigitte, thank you both so much for joining us.
Good to be here.
Thank you.